All right, welcome back. It's a terrific Tuesday here on Liquid Lunch. And, as the election season comes upon us, we are coming into our final landing pattern. And the next step in the dominoes that need to fall to get our president a Congress that supports him starts today with the primary here in New York. And right here in New York, I've had him on many times before. Max Rose, our current congressman, has been a complete failure. He has not served the people of Staten Island or Brooklyn, in my view, and he's straight out been a two-faced liar because he writes op-eds against impeachment and goes down to Washington and votes for impeachment. The woman that I think will take him out needs your vote today to advance to that race with Max Rose. Nicole Malliotakis joins us right now. She's currently our assembly person in the New York State legislature, but she's got to go to Washington and support the president. Hey, Nicole. For those who don't know Nicole, she's been a legislator for quite some time. She's devoted most of her life to community service, and she's a minority woman, which is, to get to those levels is a very great accomplishment in itself, but she's going higher. Nicole, you're in a primary today, but I'm encouraging people to go out and vote for you. Tell people why we got to get this guy, Max Rose, out of Washington.
Yeah, look, everyone needs to vote today for sure because, the last time some incumbents took the races for granted, we ended up with AOC in Washington. So we definitely need everyone to get out there and vote, particularly here in this district, Staten Island, Southern Brooklyn. Look, Max Rose, the bottom line is he ran as a moderate and he turned out to be a real radical. He said he wasn't going to support Nancy Pelosi, then goes there, votes 97% of the time with her. Said he wasn't going to support impeachment, then did. Said he wasn't going to take corporate PAC money, then took the money through a backdoor channel so you wouldn't know about it. Everything he said he was going to do, he quite frankly has done the opposite. And also, the real reason why somebody like me needs to be in Washington is, number one, New York City deserves to have one conservative voice. This was always that seat. Unfortunately, it was lost in 2018, and I'm the candidate endorsed by the president, Leader McCarthy, Scalise, and others to win it back because we need someone who's going to work with our president and hopefully a majority in the House, Republican, to restore our economy, to bring back American jobs, to bring some real infrastructure investment to New York City, because we've been so shortchanged. Having all these Democrats in the majority in the Congress has done nothing for us. We've been shortchanged for the last couple of years. So what I'll say is that today's the beginning of that, but this is probably one of the biggest opportunities to take back what is supposed to be a Republican seat, and certainly a key to flipping the House of Representatives.
Okay, so around the country, we're in 44 million homes. Right here in New York and New York City, we're in a bunch also. I want to make one thing clear, that we need this seat back. But you've always been a supporter of the NYPD, and you're not a person that's going to join in with this defund the police garbage, are you?
So, what's interesting is I'm very proud to have a lot of NYPD and union support. And I've been always a strong supporter of our NYPD. I'm a law and order candidate. I've been opposed to Bill de Blasio's sanctuary policy. I was opposed to the governor's bail reform that basically eliminated bail for all sorts of crimes. I fought very hard to fix it, and those fixes will take effect in July. But yeah, I mean, look, somebody like Max Rose, he's a moderate. Yeah, he's at a defund the police rally, and they were chanting defund the police. They had signs that say defund the police and Blue Lives Matter. That's not what we need in our representation. I think it was very offensive to the men and women who put on a uniform and go out there every day for us that he was at a rally with those chants. We need to make sure that we back up our police. And we have to make sure that they have the resources that they need to do their job and do it as safely as possible. And if we're cutting and defunding and abolishing, not only is unsafe for them, it's unsafe for us. Look, if the police aren't safe, then we're not safe. That's the bottom line. So we do need to do more, and we need more representatives that are willing to actually stand up and advocate for them.
Yeah, Nicole, funny thing, I had dinner last night. As you know, in Staten Island, we're in phase 2. Some restaurants are opening for outdoor dining. I know you were out there carousing with the masses and encouraging them to vote for you. But I was dining with a couple of former cops, and they were pointing out how I think 52% of the New York City Police Department are minorities. So the minority of our police department is actually the majority. And it's almost counterintuitive that they would be talking about defund the police when they fought for so long for equality to get into these type jobs. It's bizarre.
Yeah, look, there's obviously another agenda here. This is about destabilizing our community, our democracy. It is about moving us more towards socialism. They're creating chaos. They're creating anarchy. It's all part of it, and that's why this election is so important. You know, this election is about preserving the American dream, limitless opportunity and potential. The American dream that my parents came to this country to take advantage of. And were successful in starting their own small business, owning a home. That's the American dream we want for future generations. We don't want to be moving down a path of socialism, which, by the way, one of the first steps is erasing our history. And that's what I think some of what you're seeing around the country, tearing down the founding fathers, trying to cancel culture and erase history. We have to learn from our history, of course. You know, by no means is any country perfect, but I have to tell you that the United States of America is the greatest country on the face of the earth. It's why my parents fled here, and my mother, a Cuban refugee, came here for liberty, freedom, opportunity. We need to preserve it, not erase it, and that's what this election, I think, 2020 is really going to be about at the end of the day.
So, Nicole, you are American, of course, but you also have Cuban and Greek heritage in you, right?
Yeah.
So I would imagine, knowing women in my past who have had similar types of nations of origin, you can get quite excitable. So I really want you to get down there and start pounding the table, because it's really getting disgusting how much our president is under attack. People need to go vote for you, because you're going to go down there, you're going to hold them to a high standard, but you're going to support our president, right?
Yeah. So look, I think one of the things is that we need to flip the House of Representatives. So our president has people who will work with them and who will support his agenda, but not just serve as impediments, which is what we're seeing now. I'm proud to have the endorsement of President Trump in this campaign, this election. I know that we will work well in Washington. I think that there's so much to be done, whether it be, as I mentioned, infrastructure, creating jobs, restoring those American jobs that we lost, but being sure that we put America first. These are all parts of the things that I and so many other conservative-minded individuals want to see, and I urge people that want to help us turn this seat back Republican, because remember, it was Republican up until 2 years ago. Got to take it back. To visit my website, Nicole4ny.com. NicoleForny.com. And if you're on Staten Island, Southern Brooklyn, vote. Did you vote yet,
Get out and vote. Not yet. Derek just went. As soon as I get off, I'm going over to IS-7 to put my vote in. I'm going to take my daughters with me. So you have our full support, and good luck, and God bless you today. We'll check in after the victory party.
Great. Thanks so much for your time, John. Appreciate you squeezing me in.
Thank you. We'll take a quick break right here. We'll come back with more Liquid Lunch right after this.